Cuando la trompeta suene,
People in Arizona have been poor and without hope for a long time. This is the story of how hope came to Arizona. It began at a time when the poorest people in the state, its migrant farm workers, had received their greatest setback. The Arizona legislature had passed the most repressive anti-labor legislation in this country's history, a bill which makes it a crime for a farm worker to strike or boycott and makes a mockery of union elections. The United Farm Workers Union decided to fight back. Union Director Cesar Chavez called a rally at the state capitol.
Early this week, many farm workers came, very humble, very poor, and they came with stacks of letters that they had gotten their friends to write for them, and they tried to interview their senators, their state representatives, and they were not permitted the decency of presenting a petition to the people who are supposed to be representing them. And that's more shameful than passing the law. The fact is that when very good legislation has been presented to this state capitol, to this legislature, to really help farm workers, they always voted it down. Unemployment insurance, workers' compensation, child labor. Why all this fear? We're nonviolent. We don't seek to destroy anything. Our movement is a movement of building, of hope and love and justice. We're here to plead with them, to make them understand that we're human beings, and if they do not give justice to us, they cannot have justice for themselves. The Union of Farm Workers is not going to be stopped in Arizona by the legislators with these bills. It's going to give the union the issue that it needs to organize. It always happens that way. We have now the opportunity to commit our bodies to do self-sacrifice, to erase from the minds of these men and women who are here in the state capitol that fear, that distrust that they have against us. We're going to fast because we think it is important that it be done so that the men and women, not only the state legislature, but men and women throughout this great state must understand that we're here to build and not to destroy.
And so the fast begins. Cesar Chavez chooses the Santa Rita Community Center in the Phoenix barrio of Campito as the site of his fast. And here every night the people come to be with him and share in the spirit of his fast of love.
When we first got here, we started talking to people and they said, no se puede. We started asking questions. No se puede means, no, it can't be done. We say, look, man, it's been done other places. Why can't we do it here? He said, no se puede, not here. In Arizona, it can't be done. So we have a saying now, a counter saying, si se puede. It can be done.
Si se puede, si se puede.
¿Se puede?
Si se puede, si se puede, si se puede, si se puede.
Oh, ven, sin tardar. Oh, ven, sin tardar. Acepta Jesús y danos será. Una vez más. Oh, ven, sin tardar.
Hermanos, dejen todo lo impuro y la maldad que tanto abunda y acepten humildemente el mensaje que sea sembrado en su corazón.
Something very important is happening here in these services and in this community and in this state. What is obvious to me is that Caesar is fasting. And because he's fasting, he's growing weaker. And while he is growing weaker, we are growing stronger.
Ahora es tiempo del ofertorio para
In a farm worker mass, The offerings that are presented come from the people's hearts.
Otra bandera. Y esta. Maricopa.
Corrido de César Chávez.
A corrido, a Spanish poem, written about Caesar and the workers' struggle in Arizona.
Viene con él mucha gente. No tengan miedo, muchachos. Siga adelante, mi gente. Primero el gobernador y después el presidente.
I'm offering my birthday cake and my ice cream with all my love for Cesar Chavez.
She's offering her birthday cake and her ice cream with all her love for Cesar Chavez. This wine is from a ranch where there's a union contract. So it very amply symbolizes the sacrifices that we are making and the prayers that we are offering, that all the farm workers of Arizona might also have a contract in which to work, that they might have their dignity respected and their work justly repaid.
Bendito, bendito, bendito sea Dios. Los ángeles cantan y alaban a Dios. Los ángeles cantan y alaban a Dios.
The cross that Zoe Washburn is presenting represents the 14th day of Caesar's fast. And as we bless it, we pray for all of us that we might share more and more fully in the profound meaning of this fast.
Today, we received at least 500 letters in the mail from all over the United States explaining to Caesar what each one is doing to try to help the farm workers in Arizona.
Todos en mi cuadrilla, y somos 10 personas, no vamos a comer nada de lechuga por causa de lo que está haciendo.
I pledge to eat no lettuce except the leafy kind from my garden.
Gracias,